I used to think my dog was a natural swimmer. He jumped in, started paddling, and looked kinda like he knew what he was doing until I realized that his back legs weren't moving and his body was vertical, and he was basically treading water like a drunk tourist in a hotel pool. That's when it hit me. He wasn't swimming, he was surviving. Today we're going to be talking about two types of the dog swim. One is a confident swim and one is survival mode. And we're going to hit, you can see here on my left, posture, limb movement, buoyancy control, energy use, learning versus reflex, and shared risks for both. So basically we're going to compare them, and you can see those two doggies I just drew 5 minutes ago and animated them. I'm going to stop them right now and we're going to draw them again together. So disregard my drawing skills, and I haven't done all this animations in a while, so it might take me a while, so bear with me. But as I'm going to be speaking, I'm going to be drawing as well, so I'm going to hide them for right now. We're just going to keep our water here, the blue one. Okay, so I'm going to be also writing and drawing, so hopefully it's all going to work. All right, so number one right here, it's posture. So the survival mode is, it's a vertical panic posture, right? I'm going to write it here. Vertical survival posture. So the dog's body is steeply vertical with the chest high and hind, and the hind end is dropped. So this posture is caused by natural front end buoyancy and lack of rear engagement. So the dog appears to be climbing the water, increasing the drag and instability. And that's what we're going to draw right now. Okay, we need to be on a new layer here. So that's a vertical dog for you. Let me know in the comments, what do you think breed this is? All right, he's pretty vertical, right? Maybe we can make him even more vertical, like this. Perfect. All right, so this guy is here. And now we're gonna animate him so we all can see how this is gonna work. And while I am drawing this, you let me know in the comments if your dog can swim, and if they can, did you teach it, or how did you teach it, or was he a natural swimmer and you were a lucky one, and stuff like that? Do you use like a life jacket of some sort? So here you go. So now we're gonna do a you can see he's gonna be moving like this. Perfect. All right, so where did I stop? So now let's talk about the confident swimmer, which would be here for us a horizontal glide. The horizontal glide. Can't unfortunately write and animate at the same time in this program, but it's okay. Okay, so here we're gonna say horizontal glide. Horizontal glide. The ones of you who have been watching or has been watching, you know that my scribbles are really bad. And now we're gonna talk about it and then we're gonna draw it. So the dog stays mostly horizontal, distributing buoyancy along the whole body. So a flat posture cuts resistance and allows the dog to move smoothly across the surface with less effort. And that's what we're gonna draw right now. Here is a doggy. So you can see now he's horizontal, everything nice. And now we're gonna animate him too. So you can see now he's gonna be swimming. And also let me know in the comments if you have been using the life jacket, and if you do, which one do you like and why? I actually have been using life jacket on my dog, and I've just reviewed, if you've seen, the Easy Dog, and I was really impressed by the build quality. But when I started using it, honestly, I kind of like the rough wear better. And yeah, I was a little surprised because I was so impressed with the Easy Dog quality, but then I put it on and I started using it, and I'm like, that's not gonna work for my small male dog, and I'll tell you why in another video. But you let me know what's your favorite life jacket. So now we can do his path. All right. So now you can see him swimming. So now let's talk about the limb movement, right? It's part number 2. So they in the survival mode, it's front heavily flailing. All right. So how would I write that again? Gonna pause this. See, I haven't used this app in such a long time. I'm so like still getting my grips with the program still, because when you don't use something for a while, um, that's what happens. Yeah. Okay. So um so the forelimbs slap and splash on the surface. And we're gonna go back to our animation. So you can see the dog on the right, that's exactly what's happening. And his hind legs contribute a little or stay curled. And that's why you can see on the dog on the right, I didn't animate his back legs for that reason, because they're really not moving. So this unbalanced pattern creates frantic movement without meaningful propulsion. This is exactly what happens. You can see it right there. Next one is going to be the confidence swim. So in the confidence swim, it's really forelimb coordination. Okay. All right. So all four legs paddle rhythmically. And we're going to go back to here. So you can see I did animate his back legs of the dog on the left, and that's why his legs are moving, and the dog of survival mode, his legs are not moving, right? So the dog uses a um, trotting like gait underwater with alternating strokes that push water backward and keeping movement steady and controlled. So that's why he looks like a confident swimmer right here. I actually think that's pretty cute animation. Let me know in the comments if you like it. And we're gonna move to buoyancy control, right? So in the buoyancy control, in the survival mode, it's buoyancy imbalance. All right. What does it mean? So the lungs float the chest. but the heavier rear sinks, just like we see here. And we can see here, hopefully that's the right dog. Yes, it is. I'm gonna draw the lungs. Does this look like a lung to you? Oh, I should have drew them right away. It's okay. All right, so now we're gonna put air here. It's air. All right, so that's air in the lungs. So if the dog lifts its head too high, the imbalance actually worsens and the dog wastes effort just to avoid tipping backward. Not a good posture. Now, the confident swim is balance flotation. Balance flotation, how this looks. Let's see. So first, I need to remember to first write it down. Oh, blue. Balanced flotation. Somehow I need see how messy this whole thing is. I need somehow to make it like less messy. I don't know. You let me know your ideas on making this whole thing with me drawing and writing less messy. Let me know your ideas. So balance flotation. The body floats evenly with small posture adjustments. The head stays low and relaxed. Um, and that allows the spine to stay level and the rear to remain near the surface. So let's go to this dog and you can see if we're gonna draw a spine. You can see it's horizontal. Yep. Okay. Should we draw lungs here too or not? But I think you got the point. This dog is swimming horizontally, that one swims vertically. Now let's talk a little bit about energy use. So in the survival mode, there is exhaustion risk. Like we already ran out of space here. My English teacher, if she would see this, um, me spelling these things, she would like literally give me A B C D E. Is it E in English? She wouldn't give me any good grades. How about that? I don't remember any proper spelling anymore, being 35 years old. So this swimming style, the doggy paddle, it burns high amounts of energy quickly. So the dog struggles just to stay up with little forward motion. See, that's why I didn't write his. Oh no. You know what I did? See what happened? I put exhaustion risk on the dog. On the dog. That's disaster. Exhaustion risk. I put it on the dog's layer and now the whole thing is being animated. Okay, now it's better. Now it should be fine. Yeah. The dog's now is though screwed up somehow. Do you see the dog? The dog is now running on the water. Well, I think we're gonna let him run on the water for right now. So panic amplifies oxygen use and fatigue, as we know, happens the same with humans that are drowning. So basically, this is what it is. So this dog here, which dog is it? That's the wrong dog. This one. So this dog's path. He will get there. Now he's kind of swimming faster. But basically, he is swimming, but the problem is that he will exhaust himself faster and potentially drown. On the other hand, the confident swim, energy efficient. Energy efficient is energy efficient. So here, let's write that somewhere on the right layer this time is energy efficient. All right. So with proper posture and motion, and now we probably should make him swim correctly. Because, oh, what happened? Why is he going crazy? Okay, I think that's the right dog here. Yes. So for some reason, both of them like I go crazy. Okay, better. Yeah. Okay. Now we better. So with proper posture and motion, the dog moves further with less effort. That's as simple as that. So balanced stroke mechanics mean slower fatigue and reduced risk of drowning due to exhaustion. So that's why you can see this dog outperforms that doggy, right? Look how much longer and better it swims. So now let's talk about the last one before we do the shared risks. We do learning versus reflex. And basically the survival mode is what's called doggy paddle, and it's instinctive but dangerous. So if your dog falls in the water, right? That's exactly what's going to happen. Instinctive. Instinctive but dangerous. All right. If your dog falls in the water, that's exactly what they're gonna do. Like that doggy. He gonna be paddling like this. My dog fell multiple times in the water on the dock with and without life jacket. Don't tell anybody. But that's exactly how he was swimming. He was swimming in the survival mode. What's interesting to me is that later on when he fell, he already knew how to swim, and he still reverted to the survival mode because he was scared at that time. So although he's a confident swimmer, he still reverted to this survival mode. I don't know. I took him out right away. I don't know. Maybe he would just like stop thrashing around and relax over time, but I don't know. Maybe not. Good point. I don't know. So, in the survival mode, it's basically an automatic emergency response, not a learned skill, right? So even breeds that can't swim well will paddle like this if dropped in water. But it's not sustainable, like we've learned. Now, on the other hand, the confident swim is a trainable skill. I think I again drew on the layer. So annoying. But we'll keep it that way. Oh, yes. See that? Instinctive but dangerous is swimming with the dogs. So dogs can learn to swim well, right? And training helps to shift from vertical panic paddling to efficient horizontal strokes. It's as easy as that. So life jackets, though, and like belly support during the practice, they just improve posture and build confidence. And our dog, for some reason, again walking on the water. I see. This is so screwed up. I thought it was a good idea to animate this. You let me know if this is kind of cool or this is kind of not cool at all. So now let's. I think it's cool. I think it's cool. Let me know in the comments that it's cool. Where else you're gonna see animations like this live? Okay, so now quickly, what applies to both styles? And for that, we're gonna stop these guys again. Okay, so number one is fatigue. Like this is kind of important. What not to forget, right? Very important. In both styles, you will have fatigue. Swimming taxes all muscle groups, and even strong swimmers can drown if overworked. So basically, just because your dog can swim doesn't mean they can swim as long as you or as much as you, and so on. You just have to always monitor your dog. And here we come to the next one, which is called breed limitations. And so some breeds, like bulldogs or pugs, are poor swimmers regardless of technique because their anatomy works against them. Short legs provide little propulsion, and flat faces like brachycephalic skulls make it hard to breathe above water, and heavy torsos cause them to sink easily. So let's, for the fun, for the fun of it, let's draw here a third dog. Why not? This is a bulldog. You let me know in the comments if this looks to you like a bulldog or a pig. I'm sorry, bulldog and pug owners. Yeah, that's a French bulldog for you here. So the French bulldog, see how short and stout he is? So now we're gonna, and I actually drew him in this vertical mode right away without even thinking. And I think that's what's gonna happen anyways. So, and then his legs, look at his legs. Okay, here. Now the French bulldog is swimming too, with all the rest of the guys. Next shared problem gonna be no unsupervised water time, regardless of any of this. Uh, how do we stop this whole situation here? No unsupervised swimming. Your dog almost always have to be supervised no matter what they're doing. It's they're either chewing on something like toys or freaking swimming and they drowning or they encounter snake. Like my dog encountered freaking snake on the dock yesterday. Like how you even find a freaking snake on the dock? And still, luckily I was there. Luckily I said leave it, and luckily he backed off. Luckily he's trained and he knows what leave it means. Anyways, so dogs in any swimming style can panic, aspirate water, or get trapped. Next one is cold and inhalation risks. That's a good one. Where do we even like, we are running out of space here. All right. Let me know where are you living, by the way. Where are you located? So, sudden immersion can trigger shock or water intake in both panicked and confident dogs, just like exactly what happens when the dog falls from the dock, like my dog did multiple times. And trust me, it's not pretty. The last one is a very important one. It's that the life jackets can help all dogs. Yay! Let them swim. I'm still laughing my ass off for this dog is literally like running on the water. It's so confident it's running on the water. So a properly fitted flotation vest improves posture and safety in both cases. Personally, like I said, I still use life jacket with Raven if he swims from the boat. If he's swimming on the shore, not always I wear the life jacket because I don't go deep. And if he's in the water, I'm in the water with him and I don't let him swim deep. He only can swim without life jacket as far as I'm standing. And he's a small dog, so obviously I can take him. And if he is having a problem, he can just swim to me because I can take him. But ideally, usually it's not recommended. You want your dog always to be swimming to the shore, otherwise they can freaking drown you as well or scratch the shit out of you if it's a larger dog. But that's a whole another story. Let me know in the comments if you are amazed by my drawing and animation skills, and if you like this video and if you learned something. Did you learn something? I hope you did, because I think this was pretty cool and this was interesting to me, and hopefully that was interesting to you. And I'm gonna show you this subscribe thing. Subscribe, like this video and send it to somebody who has a dog, and so they can learn something. And I think this is pretty cool. I think this is really cool about, I didn't know even there is a difference, right? Because you kind of don't realize that there is a difference, but there is a big difference. So I see you in the next one. And also I made a video about chicken bones where we were comparing raw versus cooked, which I think was very interesting, and if you can give them to dogs. That was, I think, the previous video. So make sure you check that out. It's similar to this one, although we were not animating chicken bones, unfortunately. Now I think we could have.